everyone, I'm Tessa. I'm a Rotary Exchange student in Spain right now. I am making this video to tell you 9 reasons why you should go on exchange in Spain, because Spain is the best. Number 1, you get to learn everything you could possibly ever want to learn about a new culture. When you're immersed in a different culture, it's really easy to learn the different ways they do things. Just their daily schedule, how much time they spend working, how much time they do this and that. It's very different. Number 2, a new language. That one's pretty obvious, I think. When you go to a foreign country to study abroad, you are going to learn a new language. That's also something that's most difficult about exchange, is the language. But once you get to a point where you almost understand everything and you can communicate how you're feeling, it is the best feeling in the entire world. Number 3, you learn to listen. I thought I was a good listener before, but when you literally cannot speak, you learn to listen and you become okay with not talking so much. The amount of gossiping that you do goes down, the amount of bad things you say goes down, the amount of cuss words you say goes up. That's just an exchange thing. I can't explain that one. Number 4, you become a pro at either public transportation or walking, or both. I'm a pro at walking everywhere because my town is small, so we walk a lot. It's great. Number 5, the amount of personal growth. There are 2 kinds of personal growth I'm going to talk about. The first one is the amount you change as a person, the amount you mature. I've been here 4.5, almost 5 months, and I feel like I have matured beyond words of explaining. It's really eye-opening as a 17-year-old to get on a plane and fly 5,000 miles away from your parents and live with another family who are your parents, but they don't know you. They don't automatically trust you. You have to start all over and rebuild the relationship that you have with your parents. You mature a lot as a person because you have to realize that all people are different and the culture is different. Some things that you do at home may not be acceptable in your country. The second kind of personal growth is in your stomach. You go to a foreign country and all of the food is different, and people always ask you if you want to try something, and it always looks great, so you try it. So that brings me to number 6, which is food. The food of foreign countries is absolutely amazing. The reason behind that, I have no idea. I guess it's just because you grow up with the same food. Then when you go to a foreign country, you're like, everything is different. If you've watched my previous videos, I talk about food in all of them, I think. So if you want to know kind of what food is like in Spain, you can watch those. Number 7, after the first month or 2, nothing is awkward. I am probably the most awkward person I know. I am up there in the awkwardness. After like 2 or 3 months on exchange, like things should be awkward, but instead I just laugh at them because they're so awkward and uncomfortable. Like people will ask you really uncomfortable questions about your life, about things. They'll ask if you like that boy and you'll just be like, I don't know, he's cute. You say inappropriate things in the language, you confuse one word for another, and it suddenly changes the meaning completely. But none of it's awkward after like the first 2 months. You just kind of are used to it. You're like, okay, well, I said a cuss word instead of chicken, so that was great. Okay, one of the absolute best things about exchange is you learn how to make the best out of every situation. You learn how to laugh at yourself, and not in a way where you're like, wow, I'm so stupid, like what? It's in a way where you're like, yeah, I messed up, but it's funny. If you can laugh at yourself and laugh at your mistakes, everyone else thinks it's hilarious. Like, my hair is a great example. I wanted something different, so I went to dye my hair, and I told her that I wanted more blonde than I had. Now I am this wonderful shade of blonde, which is obviously not natural, and I stand out like Where's Waldo in a sea of people wearing business suits and hats. But it's fine because I just laughed at it and I said, well, it's funny. Number 9, the people of Spain are the absolute best people I have ever met. They are funny, they are kind, they are incredibly honest about everything, and they make me laugh, and they accepted me into their school, into their homes, into their friend groups. Obviously, I'm the exchange student and I don't fit in, but they make me feel like I have a home here, and they make me feel like I'm part of their world, part of their day-to-day life, and it's really nice. And that's something that I think is the absolute best about exchange, is the people you meet. They will be your friends for the rest of your life, and I'm so fortunate to have those people in my life. I think it's the absolute best part of exchange. So anyways, that wraps it up, the nine best things about exchange. If you have any questions or comments, I would absolutely love to hear them, read them, answer them, and thank you so much for watching.